Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we're gonna go talk about kind of a serious topic over here, especially if you guys have been an Xbox fan like how I have been for the past few years and well, maybe throughout the rest of your life. And this is a really sad one. Now, there might be a little bit of an extreme title, let me go into that as of this second, but it does kind of seem like right now there is so much bad PR, bad news, like a lot of information being leaked and everything when it comes to Halo. Now, as you guys kind of know, there's been a really mediocre Halo Infinite game. Like I played it when I played through the single player, it didn't feel like Halo. Multiplayer just kind of felt like it felt flat. The microtransactions and just everything with it, it felt like it had literally no soul. Now, I'm someone who's enjoyed all the Halos, Halo 1, 2, Reach. We'll leave it at that. And when it comes to all this stuff, I enjoyed those games. They were one of my favorite games, multiplayer experiences and everything. And now it kind of seems like, well, the Halo division of Microsoft is not doing good. Now, we did go and make a video as of yesterday discussing the Microsoft layoffs, but that was like just right when Microsoft went live with it and all like the news articles and stuff. It's basically that was more of like the financial side. So now that we've actually had like about a day for people to speak up, complain about it, and talk about it, and also literally say that they lost their jobs, it does seem like Halo is not in a really good spot for the future. So we're going to talk about this throughout the video. Give me your thoughts and comments too, because there is so much I feel like could be changed in the Halo universe. This really could be a fantastic franchise, but I don't know what it is on Microsoft or who it might be, but so far the game has fallen flat every single time, at least in my opinion, ever since, well, giving it a little bit of a buffer on Reach. So if you guys want to subscribe, feel free to. We have the Twitter links down below, Amazon links down below, Twitch if you want to hang out and chill and talk about it. And let's talk about the fact that Halo, man, it's just not in a good spot. So as you guys know, Halo Infinite fell flat. Like, let's just be honest with you guys. It could have been better. It didn't even launch with Forge. It didn't even launch with multiplayer. Like, it was just a joke. But now with all these huge, massive layoffs, it does seem like the actual 343 Industries took a massive hit in terms of layoffs. To the point of, like, the game itself barely even came out. Now we're losing even more, like, industry heads and people who are really passionate about Halo and prior Halo employees. Basically people like working on Halo itself. And well, it's just sad. So ex-Halo developers slam incompetent leadership after layoffs. Developer 343 Industries looks at shaky ground as Halo veteran even Joseph Staten is said to even go and depart. So mentioned the Halo Infinite developer 343 Industries has come under fire from former staffers after the studio was reportedly hit hard by Wednesday's large-scale layoffs at Microsoft. So it's confirmed now that basically a lot of folks working at Halo have gotten laid off. And another worrying sign for the future of the studio and the Halo series, Bloomberg's Jason Schreier also reported that veteran Joseph Staten was leaving 343 after less than 3 years to just say, whatever, I'm just going to a different publishing team over here at Xbox. Man. So Patrick Ron, a former senior multiplayer designer at Halo Infinite, is now working on Star Wars Jedi Survivor at Respawn. Did not mince his words. So basically, like, we know that there's people leaving everywhere. The layoffs at 343 shouldn't have happened, and Halo Infinite should be in a better state. The reason for both of these things is incompetent leadership up top during Halo Infinite development, causing massive stress on those working hard to make Halo the best it could be. And this is like not like just a one-time sentiment. A lot of folks that were part of this team over here, I'll show you guys all the tweets in a second, but literally going through all of these, like this is the actual tweet itself over here. People saying the people I worked every day with were passionate about Halo and wanted to make something great for the fans. They helped push for a better Halo, and then they got laid off for it. Devs are still working hard on that dream. Look at Forge. Be kind to them during this awful time. So this is the point where like they're just admitting, where it's like, yeah, like they tried so hard. They wanted this game to work, but maybe when it comes to a lot of these upper ups, because if you guys know, they were trying to focus a lot more on like a free-to-play type style game, maybe just get a lot of people playing the game and push like battle passes and microtransactions. But even at the core, that's never really what Halo's been. It's more about you play the game and you enjoy the game, and maybe if you're like really good, then maybe you unlock specific gear or give you something like play the game for and grind up for. But for me, when I played Halo multiplayer, it was more about just literally having fun and like trying these goofy game modes with a good map and a game that was slightly different than Call of Duty. Like it wasn't as fast paced, but it was still a fast paced shooter where you're always involved with other folks. And it sucks because they just never had a chance to fully realize Halo. Like the single player, it was awful. I sometimes people say, oh, it's cool. It felt soulless. At some point I was gonna get a banshee and just skip the entire game and went to the end. Like it could have been cool. Like I saw the basis there, but it was just so soulless. And anyone who disagrees, I mean, I can appreciate your disagreeal, but that's just how it felt. The multiplayer wasn't that bad. It just felt like it was still maybe something a multiplayer for 2016. If that came out in 2016 or so, people would have been like, yeah, this is cool, I'm down with this. But guess what? It's been like 7 years since then. Like the industry has changed, and Halo can be there. Like, funny enough, I was kind of excited for a Halo BR because I feel like the shield mechanic would have worked very well for like recovering. And I don't know, you have some really cool open environments. You could have a cool open map, but it just never worked out. So also seeing this too on strong public words from a Halo developer, as we just mentioned over here, that a lot of other folks are also mimicking, and a lot of folks are leaving or got laid off or got fired. And if Halo is barely launching as is, it was wobbling and just hoping for the best, how is this game going to survive? Like, I think this actually is the actual end of Halo. Now, they could always have a huge resurgence. They could always go and hire a bunch of new folks. But even then, if you're on, like, they did a lot of 18-month contracts for God knows why. And that was a big issue because people's contracts would end and then they would just either not renew or just wanted to leave because they just didn't like how the game was progressing. And then that's why I had like this weird, awkward, endless like cycle loop that just never turned out well. So if they can't even go and hire a brand new core team to start making this game because Halo Infinite still is unfinished because the Forge mode still isn't even there after how long after launch, or maybe it is there, I don't even know. Like that's how bad the PR is. Like even if it did come out, I mean, maybe I've been harping on this the entire video and it actually has been out and we just don't even know because no one's playing it. You see what I mean? Like it just stinks because this just is so sad to see. I said like I said, this over here. Warren later said they want to make sure I call out how amazing the multiplayer leadership team was during development, seemingly laying the blame at the door of senior management of Microsoft. The leader is basically responsible for this campaign. Char said he heard versions of Ren's complaints from many other developers. Another theme in the complaints about the management of 343 Industries was a heavy reliance on short-term contracts, which I just mentioned over there. A policy which some said came from the mothership at Microsoft, where I don't know why they wouldn't want to have a full encore team working on Halo. It's one of their biggest games. Don't forget the heavy reliance on contractors and vendors and that messed up system, though I know it's more Microsoft, said former Halo Infinite developer Nicholas Bird. The contract stuff is a whole other can of worms that pisses me off, so many people and talent just disappear. So like once again, like it takes a few months to kind of get into the groove of a game. Like, you know, like you have to learn the systems, you need to meet the team. It takes a few months to kind of get caught up to speed. If you only have 18 months and you spend the first 3 trying to catch up, you're not even working. As a Halo fan, I'm really tired of Microsoft business practices and policies slowly killing the thing I love. Former Halo 5 developer now working on Apex Legends. Between the contracting policies they abuse for tax incentives and layoffs in the face of gigantic profit executive bonuses, they set up Halo for failure. Man, Halo Infinite faced a troubled delayed development, a shaky launch with some features missing, an uncertain post-launch period that have been severely dented 343's industry's reputation. Xbox Game Studios boss Matt Booty recently admitted to the game stumbling at the finish line. Said his live service plan fell short. I felt like there wasn't even a proper live service. I felt like the game barely launched because it's still not even fully out, I believe, at this point. Like, I don't even know, like, this is just feels like this is the end of like the Halo era. I mean, it's been kind of teetering around for a while, but I feel like this was the one last solid game that both Microsoft and kind of the community also said that there's just no real reason to play it. Like they kind of gave up on Halo at the end of the day. So Satan, who worked on all the original Halo games at Bungie, was brought on during the later stages of Halo Infinite as the project lead for its campaign and reportedly to help get the game back on track. Although the news of his departure is unfortunately timed, it may be that he never intended to stay at 343 Industries long term, and basically their official confirmation stated he would be returning home to Halo for a bit. So it's not forever, just for a bit. The statement is no longer hosted on the Halo Waypoints website. However, Satan's exit follows a series of recent departures of senior staff that predicted the layoffs. Multiplayer creative director Tom French left in December, studio founder and head Bonnie Ross left in September, and then Jerry Hook left in May. So with all this kind of put together, it just kind of seems like this is the literal end of Halo. Like everyone's being laid off. And Microsoft's going through massive layoffs. They had so much contract work that is obviously not being resigned. They still haven't even finished up I believe, Forge mode as of now. And at this point, no one's playing the game. A lot of people are just disappointed in how they could even make another Halo because it took them so many years and so much money to make this one, and it fell so flat. It's almost kind of scary to see if Microsoft will even go and put some commitment and time towards Halo in the first place. So give me your thoughts, because this is definitely going to be a polarizing one for sure. I want to know everything down below. As well, do you guys still even play Halo? Do you guys care? Do you guys play another one in the future? Let me know in the comment section down below. As well as also make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have the Twitter and Twitch stream down below. We have the Target and Amazon links too as well. And I appreciate you guys all so much for watching here in the first place.